Hey cookie friends, Julia Usher here. It's wonderful to have you with me in my home kitchen once again for what I think is a real treat. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use my Halloween Tombstone stencil and cutter kit to make spectacular 2D and 3D tombstone cookies. As usual, I kick off the video with a comprehensive discussion of all the tools needed in addition to my kit to make these projects. Throughout the course of this video, I cover 13 techniques to make these projects, starting first with conformable stencils, which are nothing more than stencils cut or punched out of frosting sheets to make simple patterns. Then I advance to precision control airbrushing using the background stencil in my kit. By precision control, I mean getting into tight spaces like on these ravens and spiders. I then contrast precision control airbrushing with airbrush shading, which is a technique of adding soft coloration to the edges or tops of cookies to kind of antique them. Next, I move on to a relatively new technique, one I hope to popularize through this video, which is engraving. I'm adding cracks to the tombstone surfaces using an engraving tool. You can also use a sharp paring knife. To further accentuate those cracks, a little dusting goes a great distance. Next, I turn to one of two stone textures that I talk about in the video. The first is an embossed stone texture technique using crumpled parchment paper. This technique is super popular right now. Not one that I invented, but one that I surely love. Once all of the background details are on the cookies, I turn to making embellishments to layer on top or to put into an optional 3D graveyard scene. These embellishments include fondant appliques, such as these ravens and potion bottles, as well as royal icing transfers, such as these jack-o'-lanterns, which make use of the background stencil in my kit. Once all of the embellishments are made to go on the cookie tops, I turn to piecework assembly, which is nothing more than a gluing process, sticking these things down on cookies with thick royal icing glue. Then it's time for the 3D variation if you want to take things up a notch. I start by showing you how to cut Franken cookies, basically modified cookie shapes that will form the interiors of the 3D cookies. Once all of the cookies are cut to make a single 3D tombstone, I'm on to cookie prep. By that I mean filing the sides of the cookies to ensure a tight fit. I do this both before and after sticking the cookies together. We're on to sandwiched assembly. This is one of the simplest of 3D assembly techniques. It's nothing more than stacking multiple 2D cookies to form a freestanding 3D structure. Once the 3D structure is dry, I'll sand it again, and then we're on to sponging the sides to create the second of two stone texture techniques. Here I'm using a Dauber sponge brush to add both black and white to the sides to simulate stone texture. Now, if you miss any of the details surrounding these 13 techniques while watching the video, have no fear. You can always replay it, of course, but I also have a comprehensive handout that covers these techniques in greater depth. It also includes recipes, inspiration images, sources, and more. Of course, I encourage you to watch to the end of the video as always, but especially so in this case because I have an extra surprise for you. I'm going to show you how to make a fully edible graveyard scene, including the 3D tombstones as well as an airbrushed and stenciled fondant backdrop, and a cookie and royal icing structure that looks like a wrought iron fence post. That fence post uses a bonus kit not included with this one. For more information about this kit and my Halloween Tombstone kit, I encourage you to visit confectioncouturestencils.com. I hope you enjoy this video. Till the next one, live sweetly and happy Halloween.